Welcome back to the Grand Solar Minimum channel. Today is Monday, January 6th, 2020. Appreciate everyone who is tuned in to join us this morning for this latest edition of the Grand Solar Minimum News Update. Let's take a look at our solar wind speeds right now, coming in at 475.9 kilometers per second with a density of 0.9. We still have AR 2755 hanging around at sunspot number 11. It will decay at some point, but right now a very small sunspot and a typical sunspot that we do see during solar minimums. Right now the TCI is up at 2.75. That's up from 2.66. My only guess is that we have this increased solar wind speed that is contributing to the slight increase of our thermosphere. Our KP indices are sitting at a 1, and our 24-hour max is coming in at a 4. Let's go over to the grandsolarminimum.com. Well, we'll try to go over to the grandsolarminimum.com. Bear with me, folks. All right, here we go. Take a look at our star in motion. The green gives you an idea of what's going on all the way around. And the black area, obviously, is where Stereo B does not report anymore. We do have sunspot AR 2755, and then right on the eastern limb, we do have a bright region, and that is possibly our next sunspot, however small. Now, we'll continue to monitor it. Nothing's been set in stone yet, but it is just now breaching the eastern limb, and we will continue to watch that, as that could be a possibility of another sunspot. Now, to note on that one, the location of this sunspot tells me that this is still a member of solar cycle 24. All right, let's go ahead and read off. I got a quick headline I wanted to show you guys before I go into our UK weather update. 410 miles of China's Yellow River is frozen solid. Local authorities that almost 410 miles of China's Yellow River is frozen solid as of January 3rd, 2020 due to cold temperatures sweeping from north to south. The Yellow River's flood control headquarters announced that river has entered its 2019-2020 frozen period on December 6, 2019. The meteorology and hydrology departments in the region, as well as local authorities along the river, have started taking precautionary measures against ice jam flooding and dam breachings. Ice jams can lead to localized and regional flooding in the area. Behind the blockage and sudden failure of an ice jam can release large quantities of water and ice that may cause damage to nearby structures, croplands, and also wildlife habitat. In March of 2014, military was deployed on a remote part of the river to drop bombs on frozen river to free up the flow as a proactive measure. Authorities were worried that as the weather got warmer, ice would melt and likely leading to flooding. Taking a look at some pictures of this area. And down here at the bottom, the Yellow River is 3,395 feet long, or miles long, I should say, making it the second largest river in China. So when I first saw this, I'm like, holy cow, 410 miles. 410 miles are frozen solid, but this is a pretty long river here, over almost 3,500 miles long, but still something fascinating to talk about, something very, very newsworthy here, and I wanted to share that with you before we got started. All right, let's take a look at our radar screen here in the UK. It has expired. It always expires, and we gotta go over the sea. Ooh. Okay, that's my I haven't had enough coffee yet song. Here is our live radar across the pond in the UK. Ireland is getting drenched right now. We see snow in Europe. How about that? Poland. That's about the only area that we're going to see it. Slovakia. So scattered snow showers, but heavy rain moving into Western Wales. And England will see this as well today. Let's go ahead and take a look at our forecast for our friends across the pond. And it starts with today, a dry, cloudy start across much of the UK with rain moving east. This heavy at times, especially over the hills in the west. Mild but windy across Scotland and northern England. Rain clearing in the west with some sunshine. Rain clearing tonight Eastern areas will be with a few showers across Scotland, dry elsewhere with the clear periods and perhaps a few mist and fog patches in the south. And as we go into Tuesday, mainly cloudy with occasional rain in the north and west, the heaviest across western Scotland, windy in the north with the risk of severe gales, very mild though, especially in the east. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our weather now, and it's expired. The radar has expired. Here we go. All right, let's zoom out a little bit. Here we got some light snow showers to talk about here. If you live in upstate New York, yep, got a coating to a half inch is expected with this. But the bigger concern is going to be across the northwest here in Seattle and Washington, as they are set to see some heavy rain and snow in areas today. This likely will continue. And let's go ahead and look at let's go check out our weather. First of all, let's start here. Our wind chills for the day. So colder temperatures across the western plain states. Also in the northeast, starting to get a little bit colder as well. Frost freeze line. Well, that's getting further south as well today. Today's high temperatures, let's take a look at those. Across the south, it's going to be balmy and warm. And much of the rest of the country is going to be about average as far as temperatures go for this time of year. Here are some of the low temperatures that we'll be seeing overnight tonight. And let's go ahead and take a look at what NOAA thinks is going to happen over the next 3 days. Bella's not happy about it, I can tell you that. On Monday, today, most of the action is going to be in the northwest. Some light snow here in the northeast. This is a quick little clipper system that's going to move through. And then we have tomorrow's outlook. More frozen precip possible for the area. New Hampshire, Vermont, and Maine will have mainly snow. And snow, rain, and freezing precip in the northwest corner of the U.S. as well. Take a look at our Wednesday outlook. And more of the same. Snow, rain, frozen precip, everything, you name it. Northwest, still a constant flow of moisture for them this week so far. So very soggy start. Northern Plain states, North Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin will definitely see some snow action as well. Nothing too significant yet, but let's get into that because we are watching a major storm system that is moving across the United States as we speak. Starting up here midweek. There's that little clipper system moving on out of here. And then this on the mid-Atlantic part, nothing really to worry about. That's not what I'm watching. But that will bring some snow, by the way. The Northeast will see some light snow from this on Wednesday morning into Wednesday afternoon. Light inches, maybe like 1 to 2 inches, nothing major. The Northwest, getting some snow showers across Montana, more moisture moving down California. And then here's the storm I'm watching. The low pressure system way up north near Minnesota. Lots of snow on the Canadian side of this, rain on the U.S. side of this, but as it gets into the northeast, there's a pocket of colder air already in place. Freezing rain starts and then as the weekend goes along, it's riding this mild ridge of in the 30s and 40s that will keep it all rain. But as we get to Saturday, boy, this looks very alarming. And I'm going to tell you right now, folks in Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, Tennessee, Western Tennessee, prepare. This is going to be heavy rain event from Columbus southward of Ohio. Richmond, Indiana is on that fine line of frozen precipitation, and then lots of snow and ice behind that on this system. Guys, this system is huge. And as we get into Sunday, the bulk of this low pressure system will be moving into southwest Ohio, changing over to all snow. What concerns me is the amount of sleet and possible freezing rain that could accumulate here in the Northeast. I know, Bella, it's terrible. But if you live up in the Northeast, New York especially, like where we are, this could be a significant storm. I mean, we got heavy snow on the back end of this by Sunday, January 12th. We could see upwards of a foot of snow in parts of Maine and far upstate New York as well. Nothing right now. It looks like it's going to be all ice here in the capital region with some snow. So still a few days out on this storm, but this one is a doozy if it does what GFS is saying it's going to do. After that, we got a couple other systems moving through across Wyoming, North Dakota, South Dakota, a little light snow there. And then another storm system gets its act together again midweek next week, almost the same exact time as this week, except there's going to be a little bit more rain involved in snow and ice than last time. And this thing pushes all the way to the southeast because of this cold air that we're getting ready to embark on, by the way. Right on cue as well. Mid-January, and we see cold temperatures swinging all the way down to the south with a pretty big system moving off the east coast and hanging around for a little bit. And then by January 19th and 20th, a little some more light snow for the northeast. Tons of moisture for the Sierras is being forecasted late January and January 22nd, which is my birthday. Pretty big, massive snowstorm beginning to form across the United States. Again, that's very, very far out. But folks, what GFS is indicating, and what you take from this right here, is we are getting ready to see some wild weather. The amount of rain that's going to fall in western Kentucky, Tennessee, parts of Louisiana, and Arkansas are insane if this holds up. The amount of ice that's going to fall from this storm looks to be insane if this model holds up. Again, we'll have a full report tonight, and we'll give you guys another update on what the thinking of this storm is going to be. And right now, folks, it is not going to be kind to us if it continues to hold the track and the precipitation levels. I mean, look at this. That heavy rain right here, in a day or two, it gets into colder air and it turns into ice. So all that heavy rain that we had is going to turn into some very heavy icing if this model holds up. Now, the hope is that it stays too warm or too cold, and then it's just all snow or it's just all rain. Nobody wants to deal with this icing situation. So lots to look at here, guys. We'll have a full report tonight. I'll give you a full look at our temperatures and the precipitation as we are now back on our regular schedule. Tonight at 9 p.m., we'll do a live feed, show you guys some more headlines, and go over this forecast one more time. We see this change from the 6Z to the 18Z so many different times. So I don't want to sound the alarm, but at the same time, this isn't a bad one to kind of give everyone a heads up on, even if it's off. It still looks like we're going to get lots of rain, heavy moisture. Flooding could be even possible with this in some parts, even if we don't get the snow. So, all right, guys, that's going to do it for me this morning. I will see you tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Until then, have a wonderful Monday, and we will talk soon. Take care.
Do you like this show? Give us a thumbs up. Want to support us more? Share to your favorite social media platform, buy a t-shirt, or become a Patreon. All links are in the description below.